Well, it's Garden Goodies, and it's a very special Garden Goodies.
Yeah.
You might notice there's
someone new here.
Someone new.
Yes. It's Nolan from the Pinery
Yes.
coffee shop downtown Wausau. And he's here to taste test my coffee and see
Yes.
if it's better, worse, the same as like a generic store-bought coffee. But first we're going to take a look at some pictures of my coffee plants here
Yes.
that you see there. Only one of them, that small one in the foreground, hasn't produced beans yet. But there you
Okay.
see a couple leftover ones from this year's crop. I've got 5 trees in total. There's a bunch of the beans I harvested and dried.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then the coffee cake, which I also made, which is, we had it about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was so good I wanted to make it again.
It's tasty. I just had a bite of it.
And it looks excellent too, Justin.
Because it has real coffee in it.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we get with the pro here. You know, we want to say now, you know, what you thought about the 2 different coffees there. If you had a favorite or they're about the same, what do you think?
Yeah, so I've gotten to sip on both of these.
Okay.
I'm gonna just kind of separate the one. The one on the right is it doesn't have a lot of bounce to it.
Okay.
So it's kind of got some just dull bitter notes to it.
Okay.
It's a little bit muted. Whereas this one is bouncy, it's juicy, it's jammy. There's some nice acidity to it, which is kind of like a more of a fruit acidity.
Now I'm really nervous.
Oh,
so
no.
You're thinking the one on the plate is
I'm thinking the one on the plate
you
is
like a little better?
I'm happy with this one. This is gonna be so embarrassing.
Lift it up and see if
All right, let's see.
He picked my
Yes!
coffee.
Justin, I also picked your coffee.
Me as well. I think that's a J,
Whoa,
right?
That's it.
I got it. Okay.
You can
There you
tell.
go.
I'm not a big coffee guy, so sometimes I mean I've had
You were
plenty
so
of
nervous.
store-bought coffee, so I kind of recognize that flavor, and it's not that good. Yours is much better.
And I love coffee, and
Yeah.
I
And you definitely noticed.
usually don't go for black coffee
Because
either, but this is good.
I wanted Nolan from the Pinery to come in
Yeah.
and let me know
The
for sure,
expert.
because you know I grind this coffee, it smells good,
Yes.
and I drink it, and I'm like, oh, my coffee is the best in the world. But now I guess
It's
I
delicious.
You can
It's delicious,
you can
all right.
confidently say that it's
Definitely.
better
Yeah.
than
Even as a
store-bought.
non-coffee guy, I can tell there's a
Yeah.
major difference.
difference.
Oh, yeah.
Vast
The
difference
coffee
there.
cake, we were going to talk about that a little bit. It was a recipe that I developed on my own a few years ago, but I wanted to bring it back. The glaze on top has coffee in it.
Okay.
The streusel, the dark layer in the middle, you can't quite see that on camera. There's a dark layer that has coffee grounds in it. And then the batter has a cup of strong coffee in it too. So I wanted to make coffee cake that really tastes kind of like coffee.
It's really good.
Yeah, and the recipe's online already on
Yes.
our Garden Goodies page on WAOW.com. And we want to thank Nolan.
Yes,
from
thank you so
the
much.
Pinery.
I love that you're strapped with the
Yeah,
spoon
he's
there.
all ready to
I'm
go.
ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a coffee cupping experience here with you
All
guys.
right. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
We'll be back with your top stories after this.